thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you for joining in. We got a good one today, people. You see the title there. This is going to be the complete analysis and breakdown of the Doordash revolution and my man Torp. They had a live, and there were some things. First of all, there was a lot of things that happened. A lot of things that happened during that live. We'll discuss them. But if you are brand new to this channel, you are watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese, the official news channel of the gig economy. Some say official. I say official. Other people say official. So I guess it's official. And guess what? I got the credentials to back it up. I'm sharing love to all the gig world right now. To all the gig world. Want to give a shout out to a couple special people out there. Shout out to Eli. Hey Eli, I'm going viral again right now as we speak. Video should be at about 100 by the end of today. And so gaining a lot of subscribers. And I want to thank you, because without you knowing that I have a variety channel in the space of YouTube, to where I don't have to create multiple channels, my channel has a lot of variety on it in its own. I've created my own entity in the algorithm. So I thank you for not knowing that. And I want to thank you because now you can thank me for giving you something that is going to help you do a little better. Okay? I want to give a shout out to Pedro Doordash Santiago for putting in his community post that Doordash sucks, Hot Facts Reese, they call me Glitch Dash, Jeff Thomas Black, he put Eli there, and there was one more person, and he said these channels are terrible and are making the community worse. Well, Pedro, I think you just may be a little bit upset, and that's the competitive nature that me and you have. I get it. I get it. But just know, for the past week, I've been supporting and backing you up. And you know, because I tag you in the videos. So when you put something up like that on your live and saying things are, they're making things worse, I think it's apparent that you don't know what a news channel is yourself, and you need to go ahead and figure that out. I'm the news channel. I report things. I hope you like the boardroom. It's a very great show. Very great show. The next boardroom I will be featuring, they call me Glitch Dash, Thomas Schubeck Industry, featured with Mr. Flex. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to be doing those together. Both of them have a similar channel when it comes into Flex. Opened up the floodgates on, if you do a live all day, you should be able to get this many views. But Glitch Dash is doing the same amount of hours, and he is tripling the amount of views. So we're going to compare those two channels in the boardroom. So Pedro, I know you have seen the boardroom. Okay? I know you have seen the boardroom. Thank you so much for putting me on a list that makes no sense. I bring up positive information and bringing in news clips and things like that, and the competitive nature in you. I guess that was a shot to keep the fire going. So I'm going to keep the fire going with you, Pedro. And you didn't unblock me. I allowed you to speak on my channel again. I allowed you to click a link and come on. You did not have to do anything else, but I'm still blocked over there. So we can put the petty Pedro down. This whole week I've been defending you. Whether you like it or not, I've been defending you and the rest of the gig world and all the people who don't like me also. I have been defending them too against against an entity that I think, what my wife says, you guys all have one thing in common. And all of you guys think the same way when it comes about this person. And she said, you guys all have Eli in common. So if that's something, she said, if that's something that can bring the gig community together in a different way, Eli doing his thing, she said, I don't see why you guys can't do something like that. This came from her, not me. So there has been a message behind all this, and someone has figured it out. And yeah. I want to give a shout out. What's up, Matthew? I want to give a shout out to everyone that participated and followed what was going on with the Doordash revolution in Torp. Okay, I'm going to get into this right now. Here we go. The Doordash revolution in Torp. Torp put it out that, it's going to be on Saturday. The gig community knows the good words that my ace, the Doordash revolution, they know the good words and knowledge that he has. They see what Torp does, and they're like, Torp is like outrageous. How do these two have that relationship like that? You guys don't know. It's called respect. It's called respect. They respect each other. Torp respects Rev more than he respects anybody else in the whole gig community. Hands down. That's what Torp does. So a lot of you guys are wondering, how did it come to be? Torp put his faith in the information that the Doordash revolution was going to be giving him, because he switched over from being on Pedro's thing and said that that's not the way to go. He found the Doordash revolution and he said, my goodness, this man is dropping jewels on me. By way of Doordash revolution, he found myself, HotFacts with Robert Reese. And he's found a whole lot of other people. And he has opened his eyes to realize that just like the revolution, we can blow minds like landmines. This was something that was supposed to happen a while ago, but it just wasn't the right time for the Doordash revolution. He said, when the time is right, it'll happen. Now, I interviewed Torp. Torpino is what most of you know him as. The rugged, outspoken, unfiltered, uncensored gentleman that will say anything and destroy anyone that comes in his way. Torpino was like, I am all in with the plan. So recently, salute to everybody out there. So recently, with all the Glitchgate, and I know Pedro said that Glitchgate is only here because it's something that we brought up. That means you knew about it behind the lines, in between the lines, cold talk. Other people knew about it too, and he said, well, it's nothing to be talked about now. We made it like this. But Thomas Schubeck Industry is blowing up off of it. He's blowing up off of it. He already has over 5,000 something watch hours. He's about to be monetized with 1,000 subs within maybe a day or two. And once he's fully monetized, he's in the algorithm, and the amount of views that he's getting on, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that alone. They did this live and it came together. A lot of people said this live is not going to happen because, first of all, what's going on? What channel do we watch? Why is Torp blocked? Why can't we hear the Rev? The Rev is on the phone. Can we see the Rev? Can we do all this and that? It was Torp's very first time on doing something like that. So, you know, there was some technicalities in that. Now, I'm going to tell you what a moderator does along with this. We're going to kill two birds with one stone for your full analysis and breakdown. They start getting in speaking. Torp goes off first. He starts it off. He goes on his little thing about the glitch and all this stuff, but he was just trying to talk just to get Rev going. Rev started talking, right? And UDM said, people, UDM was there. UDM was there to watch this. The information is that powerful that UDM was there. UDM said, how come I can't see the Rev? Where's the Rev? Come on, Rev, get on screen. Because there was some good jewels being dropped by the Doordash revolution, but not everybody could hear him properly because he was on the phone. As a managing moderator on both channels, Revolution and Torp, here's what a wrench means. While that was going on and the technical difficulties, I was in, okay, Torp had it up on one channel, then on another one, okay? Same feed. I have to go from stream to stream to let you guys know what's going on, because I'm a managing moderator. I just don't have a wrench for no reason. Some people have a wrench just to have it. I'm not going to help out with the situation. I don't care what's going on. It's not my channel. People just give you a wrench and you still don't do anything. While that was going on and the technical difficulties were happening, I was doing the managing moderating. People, this is happening, do this and that. Once Rev was on the other one with Torp, visually, I was throwing in the chats. I was copying the link, throwing it in the chat. If you would like to see both on screen, because UDM asked me to share the link. He said, all right, share the link. I shared the link. I threw it up. Someone went over and said, HotFacts is right. I clicked the link and I can see the Rev and I can see Torp. That's what a moderator does. Make sure that things are working for the people who are on stage performing for you, to give you their blood, sweat, and tears. Some were like, no. Some people said, Reese is spamming the chat. Look, he's spamming the chat. There can be no spamming of the chat if the moderator is directing you to the feed on what you thought you were originally going to see. Once people start going over to the other one, that one had all the people in, but there were 3 chats now going on, and I'll tell you why. The other room still had like 12 people in. The other one had like 25 people in. And I was going back and forth. At the same time, moderating people who were trolling on both ends of the equation. Room to room. Mr. Flex made one comment on Torp's live, and he started his very first thing off by saying, hey, Holy Water Rev. I instantly put him in timeout. Reason being, this is not the lounge. Everyone is not there to try to hurt someone, troll someone, and do these things. I put him on timeout instantly once he said that. Now, when you go on their stuff, they have the wrenches and they have people blocking people and muting people for no reason. This is a broadcast with Torp and the Rev. We want you guys to pay attention to the live stream. Arguing and trolling in the comment section, especially if you're trying to heckle the people up there to make them not know what they're talking about, the moderator is supposed to be involved to handle that. So I blocked Flex. I didn't block him. 30-second or 300-second timed out. Right instantly after that, he came back in, tried to do the exact same thing, timed him out. Okay? Timed him out. I told everyone, this is not the lounge. Different rules apply here. Flex put something else up and said, hide me again, Robert Reese. I did it again. Guess what happened? He never came back to type in those same messages that he does to Torp whenever he's talking. You know, when he types up, hey, you Momo, hey, you this and that, and he does it over and over again, and he keeps jumping in, oh, you this and that. By him getting time out, by not being respectful of what's going on in the proper show, it kept him at bay. His boy Hector gets up there and tries to do the exact same thing. I told Hector, I said, focus on the topics that they are discussing instead of trying to ignite arguments in the chat. I said, you see your boy Flex is not here typing anymore. Flex was not hidden or anything. He was just getting time out for coming in talking that nonsense to try to make a distraction. So he was timed out. Once I said that, Hector never came back. The Revolution forgot to take the wrench away from Roy. So Roy had a wrench and Roy got up there talking stuff and doing things. Timed him out. Roy did not come back because I am banned. I was typing in when he was like, these people are banned and all this. I typed in, I'm banned. He hid me, I'm banned and all this other stuff. Roy never came back. That's what moderators do. If they cannot respect what's going on, they have to leave. You heard Torp say during this live, he said, Rev, all these comments are positive. I have never seen this. You know why? Because there was a defense put up there to make sure that this stuff is not going to happen and hurt anybody else's live stream. That's what moderators do. If you are a managing moderator, you need to know how to, when there's a problem going on with the live, do what I did. Communicate with the people, let them know, click here, do this, go back and forth. That's what a managing moderator does. Okay? The managing moderator also knows that there are certain things that you let go so that they can see because they're doing the show. I slowed down the time because as Torp was saying at one point, I can't keep up with all this. I slowed it down to 30 seconds, slowed it down to 20 seconds, then slowed it down to 10 seconds. Torp, I did that for a reason. So when you said, I don't know who's doing that, just let it fly. Torp, you said out of your own mouth, Torp, you said that I can't keep up with this. So while you saying you can't keep up with this and you are doing a show with the Revolution, the managing moderator is in charge of handling that for you guys so that you guys can complete your show. That's what it is, and that's what happened, Torp. So now you know that's what happened, okay? That's what happened. That's what happened. What's up, Information Man Show? Yup says, quit tagging me, douche. See, that's the stuff that they do over there on the lounge. I'll just go ahead and get into this really quick while I'm getting into this. Yup is someone on the lounge that, you know, they were trying to do the troll thing, but he cannot come in and do it also. He's mad because they say here on HotFacts it's fake news, and they don't like it because I document everything. I document everything and I report it back. They call it fake news. They're mad because their boy Roy, you know, here's what they got to understand. If you ever do an interview with me and I, you know, ask you all the questions and let you ask them to me, and then you start saying that, no, he's lying. If you don't remember that you did an actual interview with me and all I have to do is pull up what you said, it can't be fake because you are saying it. If it's a video that you are performing yourself and a person breaks it down, and says it was my fault for filming me doing a delivery and having it on the lounge. When someone admits that, it's news. He said, I'm part of the National Enquirer. No, you're not. So what I did today, I put up a video, and it was a teacher that got fired for being drunk on the job. And her question to her higher ups were, is this going to be on the news? That was her question. Is this going to be on the news? Why would someone who you don't know ask, is this going to be on the news? The video shows that her higher up, the superintendent, said, or the principal said that, I don't control what the news will put up. Once this incident is reported, reporters will come and they will produce news. We have to follow our policies and procedures and give this over to the authorities. Meaning that here in the gig world, the things that you do on video that we see, if you get interviewed and you speak openly about everything, if you are going in other chat rooms and channels speaking about this on video, and these other news channels, thanks to Hot Facts, there's other news channels out there that are focusing on certain other issues. Now you guys know what my whole thing was to the gig world, to be able to bring it back on track, bring things together, put it back on track. Now that you know the news is out there, whenever something happens, I will be there. I will probably be the first reporter on scene. Just letting you know. These other people will too. When you do something, you will appear on the news. Good, bad, ugly, charity work, whatever. It's the news. And every community has a news channel. Yep, you were tagged in that. Yes, you were. You're one of the people that say fake news. Now, Real Talk with Roy, I'm going to end this with you and then jump right back over. If everything that we put up, and it's actually you saying it and doing everything, is it fake news and you're a real person? Or is it real news and you are a fake person? If you will not admit that it's real news, you're fake. Plain and simple. Potentially inappropriate message. Can someone check what that message says? Potentially unassisted. This channel is fake. This channel is fake. Oh yeah, yep. Hell, H-E-L-L is one of my words that is blocked. That is blocked in a derogatory way, and it's put up there so I can figure out the people who don't believe in God. And I just want to thank you that you didn't know that I put that up in place, and that's what just happened. I'm just saying. Thank you, Yup, for participating when you didn't even know it was set up like that. Now, managing moderators. That's what you do. If you are a standard moderator, you have a duty to uphold the rules and principles of the channel that you are representing with that wrench. If you don't do that, why do you have it? Why do you have it? That's not how it works. Especially here with Team Hot Facts. That's not how it works. As you see, everyone else that they were able to see and watch. Is that Yup again? All right. He said, here you go. For people that don't believe in God, you're a moron, dude. Yup. This is why the Revolutions and Torp's live was protected. Anytime you come into a place to try to diminish somebody by saying holy water rev, that is derogatory. And you're slapping God in the face, which is why I have guardian angels protecting this live. And it happened. Now, moderators, do your job. Learn a lesson from what you saw from Reese. And there is no spamming of the chat if you are directing and leading them right to where to go. Now, once it got over to the Revolutions channel, UDM went over there. UDM went to all three. UDM went to all three. Okay? UDM went to all three. Participant, and he was laughing at Torp snort. You know when Torp laughs? Torp does that. Torp had me laughing at that. He had UDM rolling. I want to speak about something that the Revolution and Torp were speaking about, because it got down to a point where they were speaking about different things that happen in different areas, and Revolution was explaining what happens in his area, and it was about people holding orders and doing things like that. It really happens. And how it really happens is like this. I was interviewing John Billings, and there was a video that I spoke about that I forgot to say this. John, at one point during the video, had an order coming from two separate places, from two separate apps. It might have been three at that point. It got to a point where John said that people, sometimes you have to release an order. Meaning, he accepted the orders he could because he thought he can do them, and he held one, and then he released it when he could not do it. Revolution said that makes the merchants backed up, the customers backed up, and the drivers. The Doordash Revolution is in Tennessee, Memphis, and the Arkansas area. John Billings is in Salt Lake City, Utah. How could the Rev talk about something that people said does not happen and people disagree, but in John Billings' own video, he told the people sometimes you have to release an order? That means that the information that the Revolution put out there is actual and factual. We have drivers out there that hold orders. They're keeping other drivers from making money. If they hold the orders that long and then release them, then let's say a driver has to come from 3 miles away to get to that place, 4 miles away, 5 miles away to get to that place. The food is now going to be extra cold. The driver will simply pick up the bag, feel that it's cold, and unassign the order and walk out the door, because he don't want to deliver cold food and get a contract violation for being super late, and then get thumbs down, bad rating, and all the other stuff. That order will sit there. Then what happens? I've seen it here in the Wendy's here. There was an order sitting up there for like 6 hours. No one came and got it. I told them the order is still here from when I came and picked up my order all earlier today. They had to throw it away. No one came and picked it up. But a lot of these restaurants, the customers complain, I never received my food. Now, DoorDash, Uber Eats, or whatever other app, they now have to tell the merchant to make it again. They're not going to charge them for the use of them making it again, because they were already charged the first time with being on the platform. Okay? Next, what happens is the restaurant has to make that food, which means they have to go into their inventory. They have to go into their inventory, which means that now they have to replenish ingredients and things. They have to put off adding in that new feature to help drivers out, to keep the food warm for you guys when you guys come and pick up. They lose that money now because of drivers who are holding orders and then releasing them. There's not a lot of content creators that speak on this because they do this. They have multiple phones and they actually do this. They don't want to say it because it's going to hurt their brand and who they are. These same people say it underneath the lines. They say, oh, like for instance, Bud Soda. Pedro tries to keep it so no one else really knows by saying, Bud Soda, I don't want to hear you say stacked order with something else. Why does he say that? Because it's taboo in the gig world. It's terrible. There's no way you can accept 5 orders and drop them all off at the same time for these customers. Which means that when the time is going to get tough and that tiny ship gets tossed, you guys don't know about Gilligan's Island, they have to start releasing orders out, and it affects everyone. Now, drivers who have been driving to hotspots, because they know, here's how a hotspot can help you and kill you. A hotspot can help you because it's actual information that the place is busy. It can hurt you because you have a lot of drivers who are dirty apping on multiple phones, driving to those hotspots to take the orders from all those places there and then hold them, then release them. Okay? Over on Doordash, what was happening with the glitch, they were doing this, holding orders on one phone while using the glitch and neglecting other offers until they got the right one. If they didn't get a right one in the right amount of time, they'll then go ahead and take this order, sign off their sign off on Doordash, take this order. Then when that's done, go back on, do that again. When they do it again, here's what they're gonna do. All right, got this order. I'm using the glitch right now. All right, bam. Ooh, this one on the glitch that just came in, I'm taking this 18, this $9 for 3 miles. I was going to take it. Now I'm going to release this 9 for 3 and take this $18, whatever else it was on the glitch. Now I'm going to use this one and then go. Now remember, they can do that, pick and choose like that. Then they have the ability to, once they accept the order on the glitch, they have the ability to wait like 10 to 12 minutes before they even arrive at the restaurant, which means those 10 or 12 minutes now, they can now see if by waiting, are they going to up the pay, or is the customer going to text me something saying, how long is it going to take? I can somehow text the customer or call them and say, hey, it's taking a long time. What can happen is I'll go ahead and see what I can do. If I can do that, can you leave me with an extra tip? That's what they do, because pandemic times, that's what they were doing nonstop. They have to learn how to apply that to this different time zone now. And then they're making more money with the glitch while doing that. This is why people say, well, why are you still talking about the glitch? Because it hasn't been broke down into all the ways on how it works. And Revolution during that live was speaking upon how the orders are being held. Some people don't understand what that means. Well, I'm breaking it down to you right now. We have some knowledgeable people that were out there during that live, UDM and all the rest of them. They understood what the Rev was saying. They completely understood what the Rev was saying. Okay? Completely understood. They were talking about Top Dasher. Torp said that Top Dasher is only good. Well, some people say it's only good for just signing in whenever you want. Torp thought that too, until he realized that being a Top Dasher, the orders that I receive, he said, man, it just seems like you are top of the list if it's a larger order or whatever. Yes, you see things more frequently. Most of the drivers in the gig world have to understand that there is no such thing as a good order that the algorithm is looking at to say, I'm going to give you a good order. They're only pairing you with the person that is giving you a thumbs up, your rating in the area that you are in, okay? How many drivers are around if we want you to go ahead and drive over there and handle it over these other drivers. They're looking at things like that. They're not looking at how much this person spent to then give it to you and say, well, they spent this much, this is a good order. There is no way in the world the algorithm works like that, and shame on all you content creators who promote this type of speech, because it's not true. You're putting a false presence of the golden era to people who are never going to see it. You cannot do that at all. And shame on you guys. A lot of you guys do it. A lot of you guys do it. The only benefit, Bobby says that Bobby, you are hilarious. It says what? It says the DoorDash website specifically states that the only to Top Dasher is Dash Now. It's the Diamond Zone tier system that prioritizes you. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Bobby, for stating that. To be in a Diamond Zone, you're going to have to get your percentages up to be a Top Dasher. Thank you for saying that and clarifying that. And thank you for saying that they prioritize you. Now, I want you, Bobby, since you want to go ahead and go to the DoorDash website, type up DoorDash dispatch red system. Type that up. That's from DoorDash itself. Your driver Mike has put this up. Kim Tech Randomness, the DoorDash Revolution. My SEO for that video is up there because I completely break it down, and it goes into everything on what I am saying. If you have not read everything associated with what you want to speak on, you can't speak on it because you don't know. Message, tell me I'm lying. Go back and type it up. This is for anyone doing DoorDash. Type up the DoorDash the DoorDash dispatch red system. Type it up. It breaks down every single thing for you on how it works with the customers and everything and all the other stuff. On top of that, they introduce these extra programs, the diamond zones and everything else, to filter out and separate the drivers from okay, you have poor, you have fair, you have excellent, and you have outstanding. Now they put these programs in, the diamond zones and all this stuff, so that they can separate the drivers, so every driver is not in the same boat oversaturating what other drivers are trying to make. Give a thumbs up. Give a thumbs up for the chat. Leave a 1 if you're learning something that you never knew. Bobby, it makes no difference what you say. Go back and Bobby, you can't read something without all right. The initial on how it is there. You have to go read that. Now, once you read that, start reading on how they implemented the programs to go along with that. Then you will see exactly how it works. You guys in the lounge don't go in deep with that. Nobody else goes in deep with that because all you guys do the exact same thing. But here on the news channel, these are things that the people who drive need to know about. Along with this, we have drivers. Now you can tie in, well, how are drivers manipulating all of this? This is why they're holding orders and they're dirty apping. This is why they were using the glitch so that they can get around this whole process on what it has to do to make you get to where you got to get. They don't want to do the work. That's why most of the gig drivers are failed W-2 workers. They did not want to do the work and do the research. Most of them dropped out of school, and because they said, I don't want to take all those classes. Most of them do stuff like that. They never read the books. They went to Cliff Notes to try to pass the test without knowing anything, and then when they get into a debate with someone who knows everything, they sound stupid. This is information that you should know and be putting. So now someone can completely understand how the system works. And Torp said once he got there, saw what it is, he said, man, these orders are coming through more often. Then guess what he saw? More shopping orders. Then Bobby, once he got on that and he got those orders, he was completing more. Then they start throwing shopping orders in on him. Then once the shopping orders start coming in, he saw just 13. I can knock these out like that. I ain't gonna do that rest of that stuff. I can be top dasher, log in, whatever I want, now get higher paying shopping orders. And I get to choose what real orders I want to take that are worth more money there. That all comes from what I just told you about, the Doordash dispatch red system. Then it goes into these programs. From the programs, it goes into the individual driver. This is where Doordash pops in. It goes into the individual driver to manage your own business, to make sure that you can gain everything you want to gain correctly and more efficiently. Now, once you get there, Doordash throws this in. This is how you use other people's stuff and put it into the puzzle to help you figure out what's going on. Once you get that, Doordash will hop in and say, now you got those numbers. John McFall RI. That's another one. People, spreadsheets. Things to make sure you got what's going on. Now they say track this and follow this to make sure you can make. Now you can put per order, all this, gas, price, everything. Once you do that, you're like, now, how is my market? Now you got to understand how your market is. What the Revolution was talking about. Revolution said, after Torp figured it out, Revolution said, it's not about, okay, it's not about knowing your market. It's about understanding your market. Understanding what's going on in your market. Once you understand what goes in your market, you can set up an absolute game plan to help you be more effective. Which means from the Doordash dispatch red system to the programs that they put in place to the individual driver in his business to putting in the spreadsheets and to make you more efficient, to understanding your market and know where you got to be, all comes into a play. Most of these drivers want to do it the easy way. That's what we talk about when the Revolution was saying we got thirsty drivers out there. A lot of you guys weren't getting this information from the live because we had haters in there trying to mess up the chat to make you guys not pay attention to the truths and reality of what you need to be paying attention to. People say Doordash and these apps don't pay us enough. Well, what is enough? This is where understanding where you should be working comes in play. If you want to make this much more, then you got to go work in that other market. If someone in the W-2 wants to make more money, but the job they want is 20 miles away, they have to travel there to work every day on that W-2, that's what they're going to go ahead and do. Because they said this job ain't paying me enough. It's up to you to understand how to do it. You are your own business. I'm going to bring up Sam Lee right now. There's people that say Sam Lee is bad for the gig economy. He accepts every order. I got backlash for this when people start seeing, why is this acceptance rate always in the 90s? Why is it always up there? He's bad. He's telling people to take $3 orders. I was showing people, there was a time in my YouTube here in the gig world, I was showing people how I can continuously flip a $3 order into a $15 to $20 order. People were saying that you're just taking a chance. No, I'm using my interpersonal skills that I conduct with my business, and the customers appreciate it, and I still get paid. I put up a video and I told Pedro and all the rest of the no tip, no trippers back then, I said, while you guys are turning all these orders down, there's going to be someone that comes in and takes every single order. I've seen Sam's phone firsthand during his interview. After, he was like at 97% acceptance rate. I've been at 100%. Sam takes everything and makes $2,000 a week. Average. There was someone saying, Sam, but you got Prop 22. If you don't understand Prop 22, that $2,000 that Sam makes it, all right, let's say today, right now, let's say Sam went out this whole week, right now, it's Monday, through Sunday, Sam's going to make $2,000, right? Come Monday, He's going to get Prop 22 of like $400. And then he's going to make $2,500 that next week. By all these drivers turning down these orders that they think are not good because they're just looking at price, he's taking these orders, and it turns out that they're paying him more for the orders. Which is why he tells you guys, I don't care about doing $1 a mile. Then when you do your taxes, you get extra to write off on that also. There are people that just say, I can't take that chance because there's no tip, no trip. This was my biggest issue with Eli. He got 521 deliveries, and he said, I will not move my car unless I get a really great order. So that means you are not even taking orders on the regular. You can't get advice from someone who don't even take orders on the regular to tell people don't do something. The information that you need, which is what UDM is doing right now. He's going all the way to 100% on Doordash, and now he is asking his people, should he go to 100% on Uber Eats? A lot of them are saying no. Some are saying yes. But guess what, UDM? Hot Facts with Robert Reese came in the whole gig space doing exactly that. And you guys hated me for it. So you already know your answers. If you get your ratings up to 100% on Uber Eats, you already know what type of orders you can get because I have a whole catalog showing it. You want to see it for yourself because now you're trying to change the mind of your people because of the information that the Revolution and Torp were putting out in that live stream. But you watch the Rev and listen to him a lot. You lurk on his stuff a lot. Whenever we see content creators switch up to doing something similar to what we are doing, they're like, man, we ran out of ideas. We now got to go ahead and see what they got going on over here. The best thing about what we got going on over here, we don't have to go backwards to do what you guys are doing. We only go forward. Give a thumbs up for that. Give a thumbs up for that, people in the chat. Give a thumbs up for that in the chat. They start talking about bickering and other things in the gig world. Pedro Doordash Santiago did an interview with Gig and Thrive and Drive. He has 260 something subs. Now remember when I said I interview people that no one really knows about to give them a chance? Directly after that, Pedro Doordash Santiago did an interview with someone that no one knows. Go figure. Go figure. This person really doesn't know anything about the gig world. He talked about the disrespect for you and your wife doing. Gig and Thrive and Drive. You need to do your research. Figure out what they've been doing to Torp's wife, my wife, and other wives. Then I want you to go back, and now you're going to have to go back and watch videos and see what's really going on, because I think you've only been seeing the side of Pedro's side of things going on, and that's completely not the truth. Completely not the truth. So when you talk about the drama in the gig world and what's going on, you need to start watching Hollywood gig news and see where it comes from. Your boy Pedro plays a big part in it. He said it on his own live last night. He said, yes, I play a part in it. I know, negativity brings this, bringing that. He admitted to you guys that that's what he does. So since he admitted that to you, and he had my name tagged in there, that should give you a little interest. So let's click on Hot Facts and see what's going on. You will see everything that's going on. Pedro is not the only one that's had something happen to him when like people dealing with his spouse or something. It's not just Pedro. Pedro does not run the gig world, people. He does not. The Rideshare Hub or all these other ones that have like hundreds of thousands of subs and views and stuff, and you know, he's still not above Your Driver Mike and Bentley Coupe and Nuts. And then check this out, Cars and Cribs, the liberal driver. There's a Uber Jeep AZ is on other platforms like me. He's not above Uber Jeep AZ. So whatever happens to Pedro, you cannot take as token that, you know, that's the standard of whatever it is, because that's definitely not what it is. And I've been putting that up since the beginning. Revolution was speaking about this. People gaslight other people. We stopped it yesterday, well, 2 days ago on their live. They were trying to gaslight. I stopped it. Being a managing moderator. Moderators, do your job right. Some say that reporting news is gaslighting. No, it's not. Reporting news is reporting news. That's not gaslighting. If I am able to see something and get the full story and get it, I can report the news on it. It's not gaslighting. Gaslighting is specifically, and there's different ways of doing it. You can do the Eliism. You can do the Flexism. You can do the Royism. You can do the Pedroism. Pedro was gaslighting me in his description. He said that Hot Facts with Robert Reese is bad for the gig economy. If you disagree with that, statement, give a thumbs up and leave a 1 in the chat. Pedro said that Hot Facts is terrible for the gig community. Why would someone that reports news be terrible? Just like what the superintendent or the principal said, I cannot control what the news does. Once we report this, reporters will be here and they're going to start doing their stories. When you cannot control something that you thought you had control of, you get mad and upset, and I get it. You cannot control the revolution. You cannot control Torp. And as of right now, you cannot control on the up and up. You cannot. You have control over gig economy corruption, rideshare rodeo. When Pedro was doing his live, if you notice, every single person that he said during the beginning of his live is everyone that's part of that crew. And they've all used para and the glitch and everything. It's everyone in that crew. He didn't give respect to any other news channel or person out there except Rideshare Rodeo, who helps out and does all the things with the GigCon and puts out there the shockingly surprising narrative that they put out there all the time. He's someone else that's out there that all these people that were using the glitch and everything else, someone that did not want to talk about it that much. But as you see on Hot Facts, we talk about everything. Why did Pedro do that? He can control his news outlets. When you have no control, you get upset. And that's when the drama. Real Talk with Roy admittedly said that, why do you think everyone calls me drama? I'm the drama king. I do drama with everyone. That was his statement. Is that a fake statement, Roy? I'll play the video again. Is that a fake statement? It came from your mouth. So when you got these people openly saying these things, that creates the drama. Once the drama's there, they try to create a narrative to try to overdo the drama and get mad at anybody talking about the drama that they are putting out there themselves. They try to do that to make them get clicks and views to keep a circle tight. Within that circle in the gig world, they promote doing a whole lot of other things that don't make sense. What's up, George John George? Good to see you, Hulk Smash. That's how they do everything. They got drivers out there saying, man, I'm driving 18 hours a day and I only made like 125 bucks. About to back Sam Lee up on this too. I've been driving since the end of 2014. I know more than what you guys have even gained. Back in the day, people, it was an average of $4.50 to $5 before tip. The theory I used to do back then with my brother, we do 20 orders a day. You do 20 orders in one day. Okay? 20 order times 4 is 80, 20 times 5, average of $5, that's $100, right? But now you have 20 orders that you actually did, right? What's up, Rev? My man. With the 20 orders that you did, now you do your percentages. How many orders out of 20 are going to tip? Now that $100 that you just made by doing 20 orders is now going to go up to like $200 something, from $175 to $200. To do 20 orders, if you start at 6 a.m., if you're in an OK market and you accept all your orders, okay, by let's say 11 a.m., you should have at least 12 orders in. Okay? Now, if you get a stacked order, that still counts as one because it's on one ticket. I'm talking about individual tickets. Now, you go from 11, you can take a break now from like 11:30 all the way until like 7 at night. You log in at 7 at night, you go from 7 to like midnight, you're going to do another 10 to 12 orders. And you had like from 11 to 7, you had a whole work shift off to where you are relaxing and your brain is being calmed down. Now you can make that $200 and something, okay? You can make that. And I'm saying you start your app. You ain't gonna be working your app every single hour like that. You turn it on at 6, you may be sitting in your car playing games or something on your phone. You're not moving your car. You may only have actually 3.5 hours of active time. The other time, man, you just sitting, you're cleaning your car, you're getting something to eat, you ain't even working. So in total in that whole day, you're probably gonna only work like 6 hours, 6.5 hours in a day. If I can do 6.5 hours in a day and make $200 on 6.5 hours, I don't have to work 18 hours a day to make $125 by picking my orders and saying no tip, no trip. That's what he is talking about. A lot of you guys don't understand that because you don't want to go ahead and do that. Then you guys say you guys are in California. You got Prop 22. Did you not just hear the words that came out of my mouth? I've been driving since the end of 2014. That's 2014. So we go 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We're going on 2024. I'm almost 10 years strong in this gig game doing deliveries. I have worked out almost every single scenario and situation you can even think of and how it works out. I've even rented cars. Someone said, why would you rent a car? I used to rent a car and have a different car every single month. Every single month. Rent the car for 28 days. Well, not 28 days. When you go ahead and do it, you rent the car. Before you turn it in, you can extend. You can extend for a longer period of time. So you do that 4 times. You put money down, then extend. You put money down, then extend. You do that, so you have it for 28 days. You can drive and do whatever you want to do. They take care of all the maintenance and everything on the vehicle. You paying for the rental car is a write-off for your business in itself. Then you're putting gas in that vehicle. That's another write-off in itself. You have the paperwork from the place you are renting it from yourself. And you get a different car. Now you can test out what cars are the best fuel efficient and everything. So put it like this. You can go get you can go get a Toyota Yaris for like 89 bucks a week. If you get a car for 89 bucks a week, people, okay? Let's just call it $90, okay? 9 times 4, people, you know the number there. If I am able to spend $360 a month on a vehicle without leasing it, without having to do any of the maintenance on, and if I can make $200 a day, that means that $360 that I'm making that's already written off, all you made was profit except for the gas that you were spending on that vehicle. You can actually rent a vehicle. You have to know which one to rent. If you get in good like I had, you know someone that works inside the place because they see what you're doing. Oh, you do this stuff, man. You come in a lot. They sign you up. You get the rewards program. You get enough points on your Hertz rewards program, people, that you can actually get enough points rolled up there, which is why renting a car is so great. You get enough points because you're going to rent it more than everybody else. You'll be able to rent a car for like 4 to 5 days for free by just using your points. So you ain't even spending money that week. You guys don't know about this. You sign up for the rewards program, then you rent the vehicles. So you start accumulating points so that you can now start doing the cars for free and do it when you want. You guys don't know about that. These are things that these drivers and these YouTube content creators are not telling you, how you can actually save money and do it more and take all your orders and do what you got to do. This is what Sam Lee was talking about. But the way, in the state of how the economy is with the gig stuff, people are not going to do it because no tip, no trip was so prominent that people's brains are still brainwashed. That's why Sam Lee, you guys say he's talking trash. He's laughing at you guys because you guys are saying this and that. Sam Lee just says that I'm going to work 15 hours a day for this amount of time until I'm this age to pay off my whole house ahead of time. He says it every time. That's the only reason why he's doing like 15 hours. Other than that, he would only be doing like 6 hours a day. 6 hours a day, he would still be making like $1,400 in a week. Me and my wife got something planned out that we're about to be doing, and it's going to be really huge for the Doordash space and the gig economy. I'll fill you guys in on that in the future. We're going to start our test run in a day or two. We are about to show you guys what real maximization is. Okay? It's going to help out all the gig drivers out there. Now, once you see it happen, and I have it on film for you, you are now going to know that it is all the way official and correct. Okay? It is all the way official and correct. And there ain't no haterade in this. That's what the Doordash Revolution wants. He wants you guys to understand how to go ahead and drive. Now remember, I said from the Doordash deep red dispatch system, right? To the programs that they put in place. to filtering out the drivers, to the drivers themselves, okay, to the spreadsheets from Doordash and John McFall RI, to understanding your markets, exactly what's going on, to understanding about holding orders, to understanding about cutting costs and maximizing and being able to save your own personal car and rent one and write it off. These are all things that these gig content creators who put this stuff out there should be speaking about. They should. They don't do it because the majority of the people don't believe it can happen. C-Moto in LA. People get mad because he does what the Revolution and I were doing ahead of time. We do an hour and then sign off and go back in. C-Moto does that. And he and Rev has spoke and everything else. He's doing 35, 40 bucks an hour, sometimes higher. Because he understands his market and people hate on him saying it's not true. Well, it is true. He signs off every hour. You know how it's true? Because Sam Lee does the same thing. He just don't sign off like that. That's how you know it's true. Two separate people who don't know each other doing the same thing. It can't be false. Some people don't understand what they're watching. There are people that say that, people that do content, and we've been hearing this for a long time. If you're doing gig content, you should be showing everyone your financials. Why should you be showing everyone all of your financials? What you should be doing is showing your active time with your dash time. That's what you should be doing. Just say how much money you made that week if you want to. That's why I do individual deliveries. No one here is going to show anyone their tax papers. So why should anyone continuously show all of their financials? What I do agree with is that they should be showing themselves actually going in to pick up the orders, how I do, and Revolution did with his lives. Revolution started the live ride along with going into the merchant and showing everything, not just the live ride along with them getting out the car, not showing nothing and then getting back in. You don't know if they are holding orders or anything else like that, which is why they don't show that stuff. Revolution is the first to show the full process in on a live episode. I do the live ride along with my wife. I drive, she does the Doordash, and she's making a 30-something an hour every hour without using the glitch and everything because of the programs. Tommy Schubeck has now started showing his lives on what he's doing going. He did a thing with the driver to see if Doordash actually gave the tip. I have done things like that. I have done things like that on live also. That's the real stuff. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Really do appreciate that. Exactly. It's really nobody's business how much anyone makes. Exactly. It's no one's business how much anyone makes. And if you think you have the right to know what someone makes personally, then you are you're weird. As long as they're showing their tickets, like, hey, look, this order was this order was this. We made this much. Take a look at our active time and dash time. That's all they got to do, but ain't nobody got to be sitting up here. Look at how much money I made every single time I did something. No one does that in a W-2. No one does that. No one does that in a W-2. Everybody go get that check. They get the check in. They don't even open it. They wait till they get by themselves. Or, hey, your direct deposit come in. How much you get paid, man? They only paid me this much. But you knowing, well, you only worked 3 days last week. Why are you trying to see how much I got paid? I did overtime and everything. My paycheck ain't gonna look like yours. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. I got another thing. This goes into what Rev is talking about also. At a W-2, if someone gets hired and they make $22 an hour, are they saying, look, I got to drive to work, I got to put gas, I have to put gas, I got to drive to work, I have to get an oil change, that costs money, I'm wasting time getting ready for work an hour ahead of time, so I'm losing time, and then I got to commute to work, then when I'm at work, I have a lunch, then I got to drive home, buy dinner. So I don't make $22 an hour, I make $5 an hour. No one at a W-2 does that. But that is something that they do in the gig world. I don't understand why that is. I don't understand why that is. If someone can explain that, let me know. Let me know. Why is that it only happens in the gig world? We're using our own vehicles. Doordash Revolution said, business practices, expertise and everything. Knowing how to run it. Why are delivery drivers getting mad because they have to use their own vehicle? Why? I heard someone say that companies should be giving vouchers so drivers can rent cars to do the work. Why do they have to give you a voucher when you willingly signed up to start your own business with your own vehicle? Okay? Okay? If you willingly say, I'm going to start this business, I don't have to buy a vehicle, I have my own. Why do they have to supply you with one? When you get a paper route, you use your own vehicle to throw papers. The company does not supply you with your van or your vehicle. This is your business. You know how people say in W-2s, man, I'm trying to get a job with a company vehicle, so I can drive home and do stuff and then go back to work. I'm trying to get a job with a company vehicle. The delivery drivers found the job with a company vehicle, but they're mad at the company who has the vehicle, which is themselves. How are you going to be mad at the company that supplies the vehicle when the company is you? You are the third-party business operator. It's you. That's why I said you can rent vehicles and do it in a certain way. But no way, shape, and form should DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, Curry, Roadie, the people that do the medicals, medical delivery and supply, no way in the world should they say, hey, you signed up with us, we're gonna buy you a car. Here you go. Man, what world do you live in? Guess how those companies and businesses got started? They started with their personal vehicle until they earned enough money so then they can go ahead and LLC, start that business up. They got a loan to then go purchase company vehicles so that they have them now. They started off with the vehicle that they own themselves in that industry, in that business. Why is it that these people in the gig world don't understand that? It's your business. It ain't their responsibility. And there is no way in the world you are saying they don't pay us enough because of that. Business practices, ethics, business morals and everything. That's what the revolution was talking about. Outside of the glitch and the drama in the gig, anything else like that, this was one of the main focal points on how drivers can get better, communicating, working together, talking. We used to look, there was an episode, Revolution, you go remember this. It was yourself, myself, TFT, I think Howard was on, and there was one other driver. We were on a conference call on the Revolution's Taking It Back to the Streets live morning show. At the exact same time, we all were, something happened with the orders and something happened with waiting on something. We all had the exact same thing happen at the exact same time, and we were in like 5 different markets. But we were communicating to show drivers this happens everywhere. Everywhere. This was one of the main messages that Rev was trying to get through on how we can help each other out. We've been talking about that on HotFacts since day one. We had a big backlash simply because no tip, no trip was so prominent. We only got a few drivers who were paying attention to us, but the ones that did, they stuck on, they made more and everything else. And they're rolling with us. People, I'm on the road right now to 12K. My video that I filmed in McDonald's when I went to go do a delivery, there was 6 other delivery drivers inside there. 3 work right here where I am now in my market, right here. One I talk to all the time. He still says, I remember that like it was yesterday. 5 months ago, I put the video up within the first day, it was like 2,500. Then it went to 5,000, right? And it's set for a long time. Now it's been blowing up like this, and now it's from the 5,000 it was, it's blew up again right now. It's doing about 3,000 views every hour by itself. It should hit 100,000 views by the end of the day. It's sitting on just about 300 subscribers, and that was a video that I filmed while doing a delivery. These delivery drivers who are content creators don't show you what's going on. One of them could have got that footage and put it up and not steal it from TikTok and have the views for yourself. But I have that footage and things that go on because I do it myself. See? It's going viral right now. It's going viral right now. This is going to be another video at over 100,000 views. Welty, I hope you're watching, because you said, my channel has he was kind of upset about the boardroom with him and John Billings, because he saw that he has more subs, but the video views and everything else is going to John Billings. And I said they are both doing a great job, but he was upset because he said, my engagement and all my thing and all this other stuff, but that's why we go to the boardroom to break down the engagement and everything else. You can't talk about that. You can't talk about that stuff. Down. He also said, not a channel that does shorts, doing videos the hard way. First of all, it's harder to do a commercial. It's harder to do a commercial than to do a whole boring ass movie. Why do you think commercials cost so much at the Super Bowl and at these sporting events and at these award shows and stuff? It's harder to do a commercial, Welty. Attention just like that and have them sub like that. If you spend all that time doing ride-alongs and videos and you're not getting any traction, chances are you have a whole lot of emptiness there. Now, also, Welty, because that was a shot at me, but I wasn't shooting at you. The boardroom is not to shoot at people. It's to highlight and show people how you were successful and what you were doing. It's going to also show what not to do when you're a negative channel. Okay? That's what it's for. It was not a shot. But you took a shot at me by saying that, Welty, with 2 U's. I'm a news channel, Welty. How many news channels, Welty? Whoop, my phone just went like it is going to die. Let me charge it up. Welty, How many news channels, okay, news outlets have rapid videos, meaning shorts, rapid stories, meaning shorts? Every news station is going to have a bunch of shorts because it's a news channel. You put out the things that are going out there. If there's a news channel out there that doesn't have shorts, then I don't know what's going on. You need to have shorts because you're doing news clips. You're doing news clips and articles and giving them to people. You're going to have shorts. See, most people don't even know how to use shorts because they don't even know what type of channel they have. I remember Welty with 2 U's. You said, oh, let me see what you're doing. Oh, man, I do shorts and my shorts get this many views. Oh, my shorts are better than yours. Go look at my shorts and look at the views. Just go hit popular and go and look and see if any video you have has any of those. There's a difference. There's a difference. Now you see with my shorts, Welty with 2 U's, exactly what I'm talking about. Which is why I was featured on the boardroom with UDM and Dashing Trader. Dashing Trader just hit 10,000 subs. People give him a round of applause. He just hit 10,000 subs. You know what's crazy? He just hit 10,000, and the projections that I went over in the boardroom say that he's going to be at 4,000. UDM should be at 21,000 in 6 months, and I should be at 12,700. I should be approaching 12,000 hopefully within the next couple days, which means I'm going to be ahead of those projections, which means that those are projections, which is why numbers are there for you to look at. Okay, numbers are there for you to look at so that you can try to chase something. They told me that I was going to be at 12.7, but I'm going to hit the 12 way ahead of 6 months. Okay, so now I got to work on hitting 12.7 to try to get there so I can see if I can beat those projections. I can hit 12 now and then do what I'm doing. I'm trying to make sure I hit Trader's projection of the 14. Okay, I also moved up to doing I think it said something like 14 subs a day now, so it went up since the boardroom also, because more of my videos are being put out there. The community posts, people are reading them and they're subscribing off of that, and thank you for that. Thank you for that, everybody else out there. Now Torp had a message though too. He had a message, and he was saying that for all the people out there in the gig space and in the gig world, you got to find people that you can relate with and who's got your back on giving you the right information. He said it, if anything happens, he's rolling with the Doordash revolution and HotFacts. He gave his reasons why. You need to go back and listen to his reasons if you did not get those. He gave his reasons why. People that are honest and don't hide nothing from him, give him a sense of belonging to or with, and people that defend you and got your back. And also, these people are looking out for other people out there. He named a lot of people that he rolls with, but he said if the ship is going to sink, he's going down with 2. Pedro said that Torp is bad for the gig community also, and I'm trying to figure out why. But this is that gaslighting that Revolution was talking about. People watch Torp because he gives you real information, and he's a real driver. He told you his ups and downs. He's shopping, he's top dasher, he's everything. You just don't like how bold he is. But you'll let Real Talk with Roy go on your thing with Glitch Dash and let Roy just drop like 40 bad words in one time. and you let Roy do that, and you were like, well, I'm not monetized. But Torp speaks just about the same way, and you have an issue with Torp. The difference is Roy don't drive. Torp does. So how is Torp going to be bad for the gig community, and Roy does the exact same thing, and Roy don't drive? Hey, Necro getting bags. Here's one for Necro. What content are you going to put up if the lounge is not here? Necro, people, I'm approaching 2,500 videos. Necro, you've already told them, go look at his videos. He's got a bunch of stuff. I have the most variety on one channel than any other gig content creator in the whole space. I have more variety on one channel, so people don't gotta go, well, let me sub to his other channel. Let me sub to this one. Let me sub to that one. Necro, I got content all over here. Different playlists and all type of stuff. You guys saw the motorcycle dude doing the spins around me, going up on wheelies and everything. When do you guys do stuff like that? You guys saw that. You guys saw that. Come on now. I only need one channel. I only need one channel. I bring everyone from the outside, and here's what I do for the gig world. I bring everybody in from the outside to come into my channel to learn about the gig world and also see everything else that they want to see. Political and nature and animals and all type of stuff. All type of stuff. Action. You'll see encounters. You'll see car accidents. You see everything on HotFacts. You see everything. I bring everybody else who don't know about the gig world into the gig world. Necro said it's hard getting all the niches in on one channel. Well, I am walking proof, Necro, that if you started from the beginning and you throw them up out there like that, the algorithm sees your channel for what it is. I got subscribers that come from all angles, and a lot of them, they write me and say, thank you for that video. I never knew this happens. I didn't know drivers go through that. These are people that don't know. I touch more than the average gig content creator does. They hate that. But this is the news channel. This is what we got to do. If you agree with that, give me a thumbs up in the chat. I hope you guys go back and check out the Doordash dispatch red system. My channel is not Necro. See, you gotta do research. Go and look. My channel is not categorized. My channel is not categorized. I have it there, but it don't show there on show there on Social Blade. Okay. It don't show up like that. I gotta go back and check because I think it says news or something. I have to go back and check. But it don't show it on Social Blade at all. My channel does not have whatever it is on it. My channel is not categorized. I am one individual who started an organic YouTube channel in a way that people said it cannot be done, and I have everything going on one channel without having a separate channel. They say it can't be done. Well, you're watching me. That's called hard work. Yeah. Mine, that Necro, I am fully doing what people said can't be done. The last thing before I leave, spoke about nobody should be trying to worry about other people's money and financials. My biggest pet peeve in YouTube, it's not just in the gig community. I've been watching it all over YouTube and other platforms also. People are getting mad because people are monetized. Are you going to monetize your channel? You're going to change and do this other stuff. Don't monetize it. Don't do it. Why are you going to monetize your channel? You can't say all the crazy stuff you want to say. Yes, you can. You have to have a vocabulary. But how are you going to tell someone not to make a certain amount of money on the side? That's like you saying every delivery I want to do, I want to take them with no tip. And I don't want to tip after. Every delivery is no tip. YouTube is still gig work. YouTube is gig work. Especially if you are doing a channel based on your gig work. You are now speaking on your gig work. This is a separate section of your gig work. You are promoting what you do as a gig driver. You are selling, you are promoting, you are doing everything. You're putting time, effort, and energy into it. You're going to get your AdSense. And then you can get super chats, super stickers, do whatever you got to do. That's why you get monetized. Put it like this. If your channel gets to a certain level, let's say whatever you made on the gig app that week, right? Or in the month. Let's say whatever you made in the month, okay, for doing gig work. Let's say by being monetized, let's say if you made, I'll just throw out just a number. Let's say you did gig work wherever you live, and let's say you made $2,000 in a month doing gig work. Let's say your YouTube channel is very, very popular and you're getting views, your ads are there, people are engaging, they're supporting your channel and everything else like that. If you make $4,000 in the month on YouTube and you're making $2,000 a month on the gig work, that's $6,000. Let's say you made the $2,000, and let's say you made another $2,000 in the month on YouTube. There you go. If you made $4,000, you don't got to go out there and put them extra hours in that people say they are slaving over. You don't got to be an app slave. You can go put the proper time in, do your videos, show you're doing the work, and still do what you're doing. And get paid extra. Monetization is a reward that rewards you for being great. There are people that will go and do a Doordash order and take a picture of the menu, or go into the grocery store and take pictures of the aisles and the items to get an extra 50 cents. So if you do that for an extra 50 cents, what's wrong with being monetized and getting extra hundreds? Now, that 50 cents can break down into this. I heard Roy say this. He said, let's face it, ain't nobody making money off AdSense on YouTube. I'm not making none. You're not making none because your channel don't get no views. You curse too damn much. They ain't putting your ads on anything. You only get them through super chats. You don't make money through AdSense at all because, first of all, you're only doing like, you only do like 200 or something views a day. If you do, you're only doing like 4,000 views in 1 month. Okay? If you do 4,000 views in 1 month, how are you going to make AdSense by ads and get all the stuff coming in? You told people that you don't make money on YouTube because you are not. You are not making no money on YouTube because your channel is not right. That statement that you made only works for you, not no one else. You got to understand that. Don't tell someone, let's face it, everybody ain't making this and that. We heard Rideshare Hustler talk about how much he's getting in. Flex said, I get all mine off super chats, and he showed it. Uber Jeep AZ makes his. He has showed it, and he gets the super chats and stuff. They show these things. They show these things. Dashing Traders said how much he's getting. Pedro put out before how much he is. There was a time when Nugs was getting like $5,000 a month off of YouTube. Nugs was getting $5,000 a month. Side Hustle Addict Van had a month where he got like $4,000 in a month. Just because you are not getting that, that doesn't mean that other people are not getting that. So people, don't discourage people from trying to get extra money because you think they can get more than you can. If you want to make what someone else is making on a space where it says content matters and what you put in is what you get out, maybe you'll make more if you put in a little more. If you agree with that, leave a thumbs up, people. You've been watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese. I'm out of here like Chuck Woolery in 2 and 2. Worry about your pockets, not no one else's.